As long as everyone keeps treating the corrupt Supreme Court as a legitimate body, the country will continue to suffer. As long as you treat ICE like a legitimate federal agency, the country will continue to suffer. Trump is a criminal. That is not my opinion. He is a convicted criminal. He did a hell of a lot more than what he got convicted for. But he has been able to use and abuse the system. He's been able to max out his white privilege card, his rich card, and now a billionaire card off of our own tax dollars. You're watching in real time the federal government be dismantled. Look at Trump's administration, really his regime, including himself. None of them are qualified. None of them. Department of War Crimes. You got a guy out there with more experience raping women than ever leading soldiers. That's why he's telling you dumb shit like by going to get testosterone and banning shaving profiles and firing black generals and denying promotions of black generals because he figures that Trump don't want black people around him. And they allow that type of open corrupt shit. The corrupt ass Supreme Court. Matter of fact, shit, I got a whole video on that.
A sitting judge just condemned the Supreme Court's conservative supermajority as a pack of scheming partisan hypocrites whose imperious ideology has cratered democracy itself. Hawaii Supreme Court Justice Todd Edens wrote in a ruling that SCOTUS has systematically dismantled democratic safeguards, steamrolled constitutional liberties, and trampled human dignity. He accused the Republican-appointed justices of conducting a judicial demolition of the Voting Rights Act, writing, "The Roberts Court sees only white. The court calls the Constitution colorblind while engineering the dilution of black votes and the erasure of black history. That is not blindness, that is white sight by design, and a cynical way to advance the supermajority's partisan project." Then he kept going, writing, "The Supreme Court looked at Trump's naked racism against Haitian immigrants and pretended to see none of it. Its hubristic originalists used a cherry-picked slice of history to hand Trump dictatorial control over the government. It made sure that one's wealth counts more than another's vote. It placed a president above the law, crowning Trump as a king. It's making the country more dangerous with a radical reinterpretation of the Second Amendment that is unmoored from text or history. And in June, 4 fair-weather textualists deserted the 14th Amendment to rule against birthright citizenship." Edens' conclusion? That's not all life tenure and zero accountability have produced lately, but it's enough. And then he drew the line. Hawaii's Supreme Court will interpret its own state constitution for itself. Whenever possible, Hawaii's courts will preserve the constitutional liberties that SCOTUS wants to snatch away. They will not take their marching orders from 6 Republicans in robes who are hell-bent on destroying American democracy.
And that should be the status quo. That should be the norm. No one should be treating the Supreme Court as a legitimate body. They're corrupt. They're bought and paid for by right-wing billionaires like Harlan Crow.